Hello and good morning to Miss Donahue and Mr. Stevenson.
Good morning, Miss Irene.
First of all, welcome and thank you for your willingness to come to the United Kingdom Mediation Centre today in order to resolve the dispute that both of you are experiencing. I believe that both of you come here today upon agreement voluntarily, and I believe that you will attempt your best in order to arrive to a mutual resolution for your dispute. Right, now before we begin, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Irene Hafiza and you may call me Miss Irene. My experience in mediation process is that I have 15 years of experience in alternative dispute resolutions, and I have handled various disputes that were brought before me. Now, I will explain to both of you what mediation process is. So generally, mediation is a process where I, as the mediator, is selected in regards of any dispute, and I will assist the parties in reaching a voluntary agreement. So today, as your mediator, I will facilitate both of you to reach an agreement to settle the dispute that you are experiencing. So please be informed as well that I do not have any connection to the dispute, as well as I have limited knowledge to your position in the case unless the ones that you told me. And you should also be informed of the general rules of mediation. There are 3 general rules in mediation process, including neutrality, voluntary, and confidentiality. So my role here as the mediator is to act as a neutral person who will assist both of you in your negotiation and to help you communicate more clearly with each other. And having that said, I would have no power to decide on the outcome of today's negotiation, and I do not take sides in my position. And I would like to remind both of you to remain mutual respect to both parties throughout this voluntary session, and all conversation throughout this session would remain confidential. Is that clear for both of you?
Yes, I clear with the rules, Miss Irene.
Okay, I can see that both of the parties of this mediation process have come to an understanding to what the mediation process is. So I think we can begin with the opening statement of the mediation process. So I would like to ask, is there any party to this process that would like to begin their opening statement first?
Miss Irene, I'd like to volunteer on giving the opening statement.
Okay, so Miss Donahue volunteers to begin first with her opening statement. Is Mr. Stevenson okay with this?
Yeah, sure. You can go on ahead, Miss Donahue.
Okay, then I would like to invite Miss Donahue to give her opening statement.
Okay, thank you, Miss Irene. My name is Miss Donahue, representing myself to claim damages towards Miss Stevenson. So here's the thing. Around August, my friend took me to the Well Meadow in Paisley to have a taste of ginger beer. She bought it for me as a present. So I was delighted. I was delighted to as a gift, and so I consumed. I consumed about half of the opaque bottle of the ginger beer, and the remains of the bottle I poured into the tumbler. However, what I've seen is that I didn't realize that it's so awful to be seeing that the remains of the decomposed snail floating into the bottle. It caused me a shock, a serious shock, and it also caused me a severe of gastroenteritis. So I'm eager to see this guy, but I cannot. It's all because of there's no contract between us in terms of the purchasing the bottle, purchasing the ginger beer. So that's why I would like to state that this person should have taken reasonable care towards me by and avoided this kind of situation, this kind of things that happen like this. So he should have foreseen this thing. Mr. Stevenson has a duty of care on me as a consumer, despite of we're not having any contractual relationship.
Okay, thank you, Miss Donahue, for that just now. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Stevenson to give his opening statement.
Thank you and good morning to Miss Irene and Miss Donahue, Mrs. Donahue. My name is David Stevenson and I'm here today representing myself as the manufacturer of the ginger beer in question. While we're here, I will be clarifying several key points regarding our discussion today. First and foremost, I would like to discuss the lack of duty of care owed to Mrs. Donahue due to the absence of contractual relationship between us. Then I want to address the issue of possibility regarding the presence of the snail of a dead snail in the bottle, right? And then additionally, I also want to explore any potential contributory negligence on behalf of Mrs. Donahue, as well as the possibility of a third party liability on the part of the cafe where the ginger beer was served. Alright, and finally, I'd like to show that my manufacturing process complies with all the industrial standards that were lined in the rules and regulations. Thank you, Miss Irene, and to the other party for being here today, and I look forward to a constructive and productive discussion while we are here. That's all from me.
Thank you to both parties for giving your opening statement just now.